Katie Holmes is back in the spotlight at 45, finally breaking her silence on her whirlwind romance with Tom Cruise and the shadow of Scientology that loomed over their relationship. For years, people have speculated as to whether the relationship was real and true. Now she is ready to share her side of the story that has caught the attention of the audiences, sparked debate, and left many wondering just what went down behind closed doors. In the early 2000s, Katie and Tom were one of Hollywood's most talked about couples, drawing attention with their fairy tale romance. From Cruise's infamous couch-jumping moment on the Oprah Winfrey Show to their lavish wedding in Italy, they seemed to have it all. But beneath the glitz and glamour, there were always murmurs about Cruise's deep lies to Scientology and how it affected their lives together. And now, with Katie speaking out, we are taken back into the tumultuous world of their relationship. A tale of passion, power, and ultimately, liberation. Let's take a walk down memory lane to see how this historic couple had the world buzzing and what caused Katie to find the strength to speak up after all these years. The Tomcat Fairy Tale. In 2005, the world was captivated by the whirlwind of romance of Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise, a love story that seemed like a fairy tale unfolding before our eyes. At just 26 years old and fresh from her breakup with actor Chris Klein, Holmes stepped into the spotlight during a trip to Italy, rekindling her childhood crush on Cruise, who was 16 years her senior. Their chemistry was undeniable, and soon after, they made their public debut at the David Donatello Awards in Rome, where the media quickly dubbed them Tomcat. As their romance blossomed, one iconic moment stood out: Cruise's infamous couch-jumping incident on the Oprah Winfrey Show. His exuberant declaration of love for Holmes left audiences buzzing, and her enthusiastic response only added to the spectacle. This was just the beginning of the relationship that would keep everyone talking for years to come, filled with glamorous red carpet appearances and a seemingly perfect romance that masked deeper complexities beneath the surface. Engagement and marriage. It wasn't long after their romance began that Tom would take it a step further. In a romantic gesture that captured the world's attention, Tom Cruise proposed to Katie Holmes at the iconic Eiffel Tower, a moment that left Holmes bubbling with excitement. It was a fairy tale scene, and she couldn't believe her dreams were coming true. Only a year a bit later, in November 2006, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes celebrated their love with a wedding that seemed to embody every fairy tale dream. The couple exchanged vows in a lavish ceremony at Otis Calci Castle in Italy, a stunning venue that set the stage for an opulent affair. With a star-studded guest list featuring celebrities like Victoria and David Beckham, Jennifer Lopez, and Will Smith, the wedding was nothing short of spectacular. However, alongside the glamour, there were unusual Scientology traditions that raised eyebrows among attendees. The ceremony included promises from Tom Cruise that were unconventional, things like clothes and food as tokens of love, which left many guests questioning the dynamics of their union. While the event was grand and magical, with Holmes wearing a custom Giorgio Armani dress, whispers about control and the influence of Scientology began to emerge, hinting that their marriage might not be as picture-perfect as it appeared. Family life and Suris Birth. Just months after their engagement, Katie Holmes announced her pregnancy, a moment that filled both her and Tom Cruise with joy. Cruise made headlines for his controversial purchase of a sonogram machine to monitor their baby's health. While this gesture was intended to showcase his excitement as a father, many medical professionals raised concerns about non-professional uses of such equipment. On April 18, 2006, Holmes gave birth to their daughter Suri, But the experience was deeply influenced by Scientology beliefs that dictated a silent birth, an idea rooted in the notion that words and sounds could negatively impact both mother and child. Despite the unusual circumstances surrounding Suri's arrival, Holmes delivered a healthy baby girl, and the couple kept her out of the public eye for several months. They chose to reveal Suri to the world on the cover of Vanity Fair, a highly anticipated moment that showcased their new family. The influence of Scientology. Katie Holmes's journey into Scientology began as she became increasingly involved in Tom Cruise's world. Initially, her experiences with the church were positive, and she spoke favorably about her newfound beliefs. However, as she immersed herself deeper into the religion, concerns began to surface regarding the extent of its influence on her life. Whispers of Cruise's controlling behavior over her career choices started to circulate, suggesting that he was steering her away from roles that didn't align with Scientology values. This alleged control led to a noticeable decline in Holmes's acting opportunities during their marriage, raising eyebrows among fans and industry alike. While both Holmes and Cruise denied these claims, the changes in her career trajectory were hard to ignore. The once promising star found herself sidelined as the pressure of their relationship and the demands of Scientology began to overshadow her ambitions. The complexity behind their marriage. As Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise's relationship blossomed, underlying tensions began to surface, particularly from Holmes's family. Raised in a devout Catholic household, her parents, Martin and Kathleen, were deeply uncomfortable with their daughter's involvement in Scientology. This shift in faith created a rift, as they felt uneasy about her joining a religion that contradicted their beliefs. Their concerns intensified when it came time for the couple's wedding in 2006. There were even rumors that Holmes's parents might skip the event altogether, reflecting their disappointment not only with Cruise, but also with the changes in their daughter's beliefs. Despite these reservations, they attended the rehearsal dinner at the historic Villa Aurelia, where Holmes's father softened his stance, acknowledging Cruise as a special guy who loved and supported their daughter. As the years passed, the initial honeymoon period lapsed, and Katie found herself stuck in a controlling relationship. She went through years of mounting pressure and discomfort stemming from her involvement with Scientology. Initially, embraced the church, drawn in by its promises and Cruise's fervent belief in its teachings. However, as time passed, the influence of Scientology began to overshadow her life. Reports of Cruise's controlling behavior emerged, suggesting he dictated many aspects of her career and personal choices, leading to a significant decline in her acting roles. This growing realization that she was losing her autonomy weighed heavily on Holmes as a mother. The divorce. As the cracks in their marriage widened, Holmes became increasingly concerned about the impact of Scientology on their daughter, Suri. The final straw came just days before Cruise's 50th birthday, when Holmes filed for divorce unexpectedly, catching him completely off guard. Katie Holmes remained focused on one thing: protecting Suri from the influence of Scientology. Her attorney emphasized that Katie's primary concern was always her daughter's best interest. While both Holmes and Cruise publicly requested privacy during this difficult time, the drama behind the scenes was palpable. Shortly after filing, Holmes was spotted in New York looking visibly relieved, as if a heavy weight had been lifted from her shoulders. The divorce settlement was remarkably swift, taking just 11 days, an unheard-of speed for such a high-profile split. Thanks in part to Holmes's father, a lawyer who helped secure terms that would keep the process smooth and avoid messy public battles. Holmes's decision to leave Tom Cruise was not just a simple breaking up. It was a meticulously planned escape from both her marriage and the confines of Scientology. Legal battles and custody arrangements. Katie Holmes's divorce from Tom Cruise was not just a sudden decision. It was a carefully crafted plan that had one aim, which was to quietly find a way out of this marriage without a quarrel. So as she prepared to leave both her marriage and Scientology, Katie Holmes consulted with multiple law firms across 3 different states, ensuring that she was fully equipped for the legal complexities ahead. This careful groundwork allowed her to cover all bases, ultimately leading to a remarkably swift divorce. Holmes's father, a lawyer, played a crucial role in arranging the prenuptial agreement, which was reportedly elaborate and filled 5 bankers' boxes. This prenup included significant financial arrangements, securing about $50 million for Holmes and Suris, along with $400,000 per year in child support and coverage for all of Suris' expenses. Some speculated that the terms were designed with an exit strategy in mind, anticipating that the marriage might not last. This clever arrangement ensured that Holmes could walk away without a drawn-out legal battle, while providing her daughter with a stable financial future. However, the divorce also came with its own set of shocking terms. Holmes agreed to clauses that restricted her from discussing Cruz on Scientology publicly for 5 years, highlighting the lengths she was willing to go to protect herself and Suris from potential fallout. Another one of the strange clauses was that Katie Holmes would not have a public relationship for 5 years after the divorce. Any private boyfriend she would have for 5 years, she won't be allowed to introduce him to Suris, her daughter. Katie agreed to these incredibly harsh and controlling clauses so that she could get away for the sake of her daughter and regain her freedom. Freedom, reclaiming life, and moving on. After her divorce from Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes has gone on a journey of self-discovery and renewal, determined to reclaim her life and identity. Moving to New York City with her daughter Suris marked a significant shift for Holmes. She embraced the vibrant energy of the city, focusing on her career and personal growth while providing a stable environment for Suris. Friends noted that she seemed happier and more open to new experiences than ever before, shedding the constraints that had defied her life during her marriage. As she navigated the dating scene, Holmes was linked to actor Jamie Foxx. Their relationship blossomed quietly, away from the prying eyes of the media. Despite a 5-year clause in her divorce settlement that restricted her from publicly daring anyone, the couple managed to keep their romance under wraps for years. They were often spotted together in low-key settings, building a connection that allowed Katie Holmes to rediscover joy and companionship. Holmes also took on new projects, feeling more confident in her work than ever. She embraced opportunities that reflected her artistic vision, allowing her creativity to flourish without the pressures of being in Cruz's shadow. As she moved forward with courage and grace, it became clear that she was no longer just Tom Cruise's ex-wife. She was carving out her own path. The outro. After her relationship with Jamie Foxx, Holmes briefly dated chef Emilio Vitolo, but their romance ended after 8 months. Following Vitolo, Holmes found love with musician Bobby Wooten III, who is 10 years younger than her. They were seen enjoying sweet moments around New York, including public displays of affection in Central Park, and attending film premieres together. She appears happier than ever, indicating she is ready to embrace this new chapter in her life. Both Holmes and Cruise have moved on to find happiness in their respective lives, while their past remains a topic of public interest. Katie's courage to speak out on some of the most traumatic and disturbing parts of her life shows how strong of a person she is. Her stance on the separation and her efforts to safeguard her daughter's well-being proved she was a loving, caring mother. Hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to turn the notification bell on for more updates on your favorite celebrities. Thank you for watching.